Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. My name is Donna and I love makeup so much. And I watch a ton of videos on YouTube and I have a ton of makeup that I've collected over the past year and a half that I've been obsessed with makeup. Always really loved it and always got some really good hand-me-downs from my mom, but I was like, just one day I needed makeup for Taylor Swift concert and I started YouTubing some stuff and I was just hooked. And prior to last year, never even wore foundation. Maybe a tinted moisturizer, but I loved eyeshadow. So anyways, my plan for my channel is just to kind of basically upload content that just shows really good makeup. I don't really want to go into stuff that's like, I don't want to go into stuff that really doesn't work. I feel like I've tried a lot of stuff and just want to share like this worked with me. And the one thing that oddly inspired me to like do this 100% was a Maybelline stick foundation. I have everything from La Mer and Tom Ford to like Wet n Wild, and if it works, it works. Like I don't care how much it costs or how little it costs. If it works, I will use it. You know, it's one of those use an Essence lip liner and then you put a Tom Ford lipstick. Like why not? So anyways, so today I was going to do my makeup. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use this opportunity to actually film it and you can kind of follow along. I love get ready with me's. I put them on, stick it at my sink, and I go to town. I'm not even following what they're doing, but it's just cool. Someone talking about the makeup, something I haven't tried yet, but their thoughts on it. And that's just kind of how you learn. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And I've already washed my face, moisturized, serums, all that kind of stuff. That'll probably be a separate video because again, I've tried a lot of skincare and I have a lot of skin issues. I have autoimmune skin disorders, so I have a lot of discoloration and various things that I've had to deal with. So I do want to share that. I take vitamins for my hair. So I want to do a lot of skincare videos and videos about hair. I am not a doctor or anybody who would know about medicinal ingredients and things like that, but there's a lot of things in trial and error that I've gone through alopecia and dermatitis and things like that have caused like hair loss and various things, and I found what works for me. And I feel like if I can just share this with people and you can try it and it works, then why the heck not? So anyways, let's start getting ready. This is my bag. I'm not getting ready in my bathroom, which is not the best, but there's no lighting in there. So, well, there's lighting, but there's no natural light. So I'm in my room right now. You can see my Barbies behind me. And like I said, me starting videos and everything was inspired by the Maybelline Stick Me Foundation, but also yesterday or 2 days ago, I got 2 Rimmel lipsticks. I can't remember what video it was that someone talked about it, but I got these 2. One is Unclothed, number 700. And the other is 002 Candy. This Unclothed one is probably the nicest nude I have ever put on in my life. And I have a bajillion lipsticks. So I don't know if I'm gonna use this one today, but I wanna use the other one because it's this really beautiful pearly metallic. Where are we going? Oh, I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah, I see, you can really see that. So I want to use this today, and because of that, I'm going to probably stick with the ColourPop Blush Crush or the Nude Mood. So we'll see kind of how it goes. Probably this one because it's more pinky toned. I've used it a couple times. It's really nice. It's really beautiful. You can't go wrong with these 2 palettes. You can't go wrong with ColourPop in general, but these 2, you can do a lot. You can deepen it, you can make it soft, but anyways, first thing I'm gonna do, sorry, I'm gonna have to do this, because I did it yesterday because I was watching something about Jessica Alba's skincare routine, and she was doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I sat there and I spent money on this thing, and I never use it, and I used it yesterday, and boy, did my skin look like $1,000,000. So I'm like, you know what, let's use this thing, because it actually does something. It really does. You can feel it, especially when you do this right over your cheekbone. It just feels good. You don't have to go hard, and it's not a 20-minute thing. Like, oh, especially here. I don't know what nerve that's touching, but it's great. And then a little up here. This one's a little like right on bone. I don't know what this one's doing. Man, I wish it just kind of erased all the wrinkles, but that's not gonna happen. And a little under here. Getting that turkey neck, because you know, all we're doing these days is looking at our phones and looking down. Because we're stuck inside. And I read a lot and I knit and crochet. So like if I'm not looking at the screen, I'm still looking down. I'm still looking down. Pure Canvas Primer. It's hydrating. I don't care if I look like a dewy mess, like I've been sweating. I want that because I know me and my skin will just eat it up. For this primer, and literally you can see the way I'm putting it on, this is better than some moisturizers I have. Doesn't really have a scent, but it's very, it just slides. It just slides. Also, with the foundation, of course I did self-tanner yesterday because, you know, I wanted everyone to think I've been on vacation, even though we're all in isolation, so that's fine. So I might just have to really bronze it up today. I do have a mirror in front of me, so if I'm looking this way, but I do want to make sure to kind of come this way. So I kind of figure out the setup. Not as easy. So I got a little bit of that. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Tarte, what do we got there? The smoothing primer. I don't get the craziest pores, but you know what? It does kind of help. You just do a little bit here. And a little bit here. And then in my T-zone, there's a bit. I see people just going to town with this sometimes, and I'm just like, how much? This has lasted me, I don't even know, a year? And people are like, I finished it. How did you finish it? Like, how? That's my question. You know, I'm glad. Like, people do YouTube videos of like, oh, my empties bin. Empties. I have like one empty every 2 months of something. I don't think I've ever hit pan and anything before. Anyways. So this here, what I was talking about, what inspired this whole thing, is the Maybelline Superstay Multi-Use Foundation Stick. I had it underneath my counter, I think for maybe a month, no, 3 months. I liked the liquid one, and way back when I first started. So I'm gonna talk like August 2018. Okay, 2018. That's kind of when I started my obsession. That's when I saw Taylor Swift. And so I had it back then, and it was great. But then, you know, you try more stuff, and then you kind of learn and what fits, what works with you and what doesn't. That's all fine, trial and error. I mean, I'm saying I like this, and then someone's gonna be like, that was the most horrible thing on my face I've ever used. Which is too bad. And I hope you find something that does work, because there is. That is not the right brush. There should be this guy. So anyways, I love the liquid one. And I think I was watching Nakia Joy, and she talked about this, if I'm not mistaken, and she raved about it. And I was like, really? I'm like, stick? I'm like, I feel like you won't get as much coverage with it. Not that I'm like, need full coverage. Now that my skin has really calmed down and I have found a really good skincare, not just routine, but good skincare products, I find the makeup goes on like 10 times better. It doesn't even matter what you're using. And I know not everyone's in the same boat and everyone has different issues, but I just feel like I need liquid. I feel like liquid does something, even though I love the Hourglass. Sometimes. Sometimes. Anyways, I bought this because it was on sale. It was like $12 or something. Oh, by the way, I'm Canadian, so any numbers I'm saying, they're in Canadian dollars. If you're watching this in the US, take off 30%. So if I'm saying like 10, it's like 7 for you. That's basically the rule of thumb. So anyways, I finally tried this thing the other day, and I was just in absolute shock. I'm like, there's no way. Like, what's happening right now? Because if I go close, it's like, can you tell that I'm wearing something? Well, not really. And the nice thing is, it is buildable. You will notice, hopefully as you watch this video and the ones I'll post after this, I do not bake. I am over 30. I can't do that. Like, I never did it, first of all, because I only really got into makeup like a year and a half ago. But I'm 36. So, I mean, maybe some people out there can still do all that. I don't need to do that. I find when I have the right you know, moisturizer and everything, and you drink enough water, that's huge, you get enough sleep. I used to get the worst lines because I wear glasses. And for the past, I don't know, like since I was like 14, I've worn glasses, and I would always, if I don't wear them, I squint. Even when I was wearing them, I was squinting. And, you know, it did the thing that my mom said that, you know, it would catch up with me, and it sure did. So she has like no lines under her eyes, barely any crow's feet. Me? Disaster. An absolute disaster. I have had Botox in the past, a little bit here and a little bit. I mean, like the bare minimum they can even do so that you like notice a difference. I did it a few times and it really worked and it was great and it didn't interfere with anything on my face and it did the job. We obviously can't do that anymore at the current time, so it's all gone. This is all me now, okay? I've never done fillers. That's, I don't know, that's like a line for me, right? And I feel like, okay, so I can't drench the concealer under my eye. I'm like, that's okay. As long as it's just covered. I mean, I have, you know, I got some like veins and things under there, but I'm like, it's okay. Oh, pardon the like super gray hair. Yeah, that's a thing too. That is a real thing. My mom's like, just go get a box dyed. I'm like, but I get my hair professionally colored. So I feel like if I do that and then maybe in 2 months I can go back, and I'm getting married in July. I don't want to mess up the color. I'd rather just have the gray. Okay, so I'm just gonna come closer there, right? You can still see some freckles, okay? But there's no texture to my skin, right? My nose is always a problem area. I have to exfoliate that thing like it's no one's business. So there's that. You can build it up. The color works. I think it's classic ivory. Yes, 120. That's what I am. And that's what I was in the liquid. So I just I'm like, you know what? Let's just grab the same one then. Next thing I'm gonna do is, show you guys the cool thing that I bought off of Amazon. It's from Physicians Formula. So this guy right here wasn't available in Canada, not a Shoppers Drug Mart. The coolest thing ever, because it literally has inside the whole setup for the Murumuru butter line, and it goes like all the way here. So these are all the highlighters. These are all the bronzers that they have. I mean, the ones you buy like separately, okay? These were the 2 eyeshadow palettes that they sold separately, and then in here are the blushes, okay? You're just like bombarded with the smell, but it's fantastic. The bronzers are fantastic. What I loved about this was you have this choice of just blushes. The blushes are great, like they're good. I like their blushes. The bronzers are great. You can't go wrong with that. The highlighter, which I wish someone would have told me, but I guess all their highlighters are like this, is that they're creamy. I don't know why I thought in my head that they were powder, but they're not. These are like cream. But again, you just kind of tap it and you tap it there. It's not a huge thing. The eyeshadow some are great. So the mattes, some of these, I created a beautiful look the other day, just a shimmer, just kind of tap it on, kind of basic thing, and it was awesome. To go into like these dark ones here on this top row, I don't know if I'm that adventurous right now. I mean, I get adventurous, don't get me wrong. I rocked a blue look the other day. My dad was like, didn't say anything, so it couldn't have been too wild. Okay. But anyways, why did I pull this out? Because I want bronzer. And which one am I gonna go with? And I'm just so OCD, I have to keep this plastic thing on it, even though I'm sure you're supposed to take it off once you receive your package. But you know, like it's literally got stickies on it and I'm still keeping it because I'm like that. So I got these guys here. Man, I hope I don't drop this. Sorry, I'm not looking in the right spot. If you're like are a real aficionado with like Physicians Formula, I'm sure you could know like which ones these are. I think the one that's like deep bronzer, oh, it smells so good. It smells like, I've never been to Vegas and never gone to the Mirage. You know, I just have that smell. That's what this is. God, I finally placed it like a year later. I'm gonna go with a little bit, because I'm a little bit, I'm gonna go with this one. wish I knew which one this was. And what I just like to do is like, when I bronze, I almost think like I'm contouring. Is basically it. Got a little bit of some breakout action there. I want to keep kind of the darkest part kind of back there because I don't want it here. Because if say you use too much, like that was probably a bit too much, but at least it's back there. It's okay. You know what I mean? I find, at least for me. So if I'm like here, you bring it here, that's kind of like where you're depositing it, and then you can kind of like chisel and kind of bring it in. It's interesting because like as I'm looking in the mirror, it's good. I look in the camera, holy simoly. It's like way too much, start over. It's like, no, that's not really what's happening. Plus, I'm gonna have blush and, you know, I'm gonna do a powder brush over after. That's gonna just meld everything kind of all together. But I do like it to have a little bit, you know, keep it on the higher side. And this is where I'm kind of just still working with everything, being like, my face shape, what it looks good and everything. I have cheeks. Like I can put a dish on this cheek. Like there's a lot of space. Some people are just like flat, and I'm like, how? And that's what creates all the lines and everything. But you know what? It's not that bad. Everyone has these lines underneath, like that little fold underneath. My God, my niece is 10 years old. She has that line when she smiles. It's just a thing. But yeah, so there's that. Oh, I didn't put the little sticker back on. Oh my gosh. And now you gotta kind of figure out, okay, I think I am gonna go with this one, the blush one, blush brush. So if I'm going kind of this nice rosy toned and they're kind of on the cooler side, then my blush kind of should match too. That's another thing. No matter what brand you like and everything, the tone of the color that you're using is huge. And it can pull everything together. If you're like at the end of the day or at the end of like doing your makeup, you're like, something is not right. Like, what is it? That could be it. The color could be off. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that, tap that guy off. Now I do need to look at the, just a little bit there. Just, you know, deposit it first. And I'm like really light. I'm going really light. It's so easy to overdo blush. And blush is really important, don't get me wrong. But it's also one of the parts where like an amateur would get it wrong. And I used to go like boom right here on my apple of my cheek. And I'm like, yeah, I have apples. But if you bring it too far in, then it really just changes way, way too much. Your face and everything like that. I find that this kind of works. I do like that color. I used, in case you have this and you're kind of like going along, I used this bottom one. Okay. There's also, did I bring it in with me? No, but there's another one, a set that has come up from Physicians Formula. It's a collab with, oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'll link it below. I'll use it in another video. That one was great. The apricot blush in there, oh my gosh, beautiful. Because I didn't have anything like that. I think I got that before I got this one. I need to put some lip chap on. Like how when I started this video, I was like all super nervous, and now you just kind of get into it. That's what makeup does. You know, it just takes your mind off of stuff. You just get to play. That's all I wanted. Someone wants to watch it. 5 people watching this, that's cool. That's awesome. So like even this, if I just put like a little bit of brow in right now and maybe a little bit of mascara, you could be done. Like it's done, okay? But we're not done. We're nowhere near done. Have you noticed I haven't put any powder on my face? Don't want to. Don't need to. I mean, if you have oily skin, you probably will have to. I don't know how that foundation would work with somebody with oily skin. So, but I do have with me, because I do use this, I do use liquid foundation. I use the Fenty. First of all, it smells amazing. And I always get minis of things. It's a nice way to try stuff. And I generally, like I will literally take this puff and I'll put it under here. That's all I'll do. Maybe the nose, maybe the T-zone, and done. And I'll let it sit there, and then I'll take like, maybe like my beauty blender or something, and I'll just do this, and just kind of like lightly just get it in. Nowhere near my eye There's no way. No powder has ever seen the underneath of my eye, okay? No powder has ever seen the under area of my eye, okay? Back last year and a half ago, summer 2018, when I was into all this like YouTube stuff and everything, you don't understand my eyes and what they look like when I put concealer and when I put powder. I was 90. I was 90. I normally don't even do this much, okay? This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Actually really good. Got it the other day from a little mini haul from Shoppers. Like, that's as much concealer as I put. There's no way. I'm not putting any more. And you can't pay me. You can't pay me to put more, and you can't make me. So that's what I know. Because the whole point of concealer is just because you must have like a dark area, whatever. It can conceal lines. Makeup goes in lines. The only thing that gets rid of lines is like a facelift or fillers or Botox. That's it. You can minimize and you can, you know, manipulate and create the illusion, but nothing is ever going to get rid of those lines. So, like I said, I literally just keep it that high, just right there, because I don't have dark circles here. And if you do, then, you know, maybe you have to do those kinds of things. And people are like, oh, and then, you know, you're gonna bake it after and do all this stuff. And I'm like, I am? I'm like, why? I really love the Fenty Beauty concealer. It's good too. Another really good one is the Boing one by Benefit. Good coverage on this. Fenty has a little less coverage than that one, but I've used this one now a couple times. What I really like about it is that it spreads out really evenly, and then after the day was done, it didn't separate. I have like little mini bumps under my eye. Like, I don't know if that's like a thing, like if people know what that's called, but it just gives that little bit extra coverage. But I don't want to like ham it on, even when it's like a full glam kind of day. Not doing it. I know what it looks like every time. You could be tempted. I'm telling you, don't do it. If you have wrinkles under your eyes, don't do it. Just live with the wrinkles you have, because you're gonna make it 10 times worse. All right. Now, onto the eyes. I am using this is like the only Too Faced thing I have, and it's almost done, so don't come after me. The eye primer, 24-hour plus anti-crease eyeshadow primer, okay? I have legit had that for a year, and I've like never even used another primer, okay? It was recommended to me by somebody in Sephora. I literally would go in there like every 3 days. I swear to God, I spent like $1,000 in Sephora over the course of like 2 weeks. Every time I went in there, I was like, oh, I need this. Oh, I need these 3 things. Like, it was ridiculous. And I tried a lot of stuff. I've done so many declutters. Oh, if I had started this a year and a half ago, I'd be like 1 million subscribers right now, but that's not the point. Anyways, so when this is done, for like, you know, beauty drama reasons, I don't want to support Too Faced really anymore. They're good products and some of them are really cute, but there's so much else out there. But if anyone has a really good eyeshadow primer, please let me know. That's literally the only thing I've never bought multiples of. I have this one, I liked it, that was it. So it does work. It does work. So now we're gonna get into this. So these guys are like the cardboard ones, which are great, but there's no mirror. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go into this guy. I just need something to mirror, so I'm a little closer. Yeah, let's do that so you guys can see too. So I use the Sephora kind of brush cleaner here, and there are other ones you can get, obviously. What I love about this is that when I'm, you know, like wash your brushes 100%, but at the same time, you know, from yesterday when I used this, it has yesterday's color on it. So if you just go like this, you kind of wash it around, now it's gone. Now you can use it again. But of course, nothing, you know, substitutes for brushing and cleaning. Okay. So I'm gonna go in with, oh my, the sun, come back, sun. I'm gonna go into cheek to cheek, right down here, this middle one. That's another thing I can't stand with YouTubers. Like, I'm gonna go with like this one. I'm like, which one? This right there. I'm touching it. Okay, see? I'm kind of like, what's like the one thing they always do wrong and I wish, you know, YouTubers would just kind of fix. And I'm like, how about that? I'll come a little closer. Now, my eyeshadow game is pretty okay. I follow a very simple kind of formula where it's like, you need a transition shade, you need a darker shade on the outer edge of your eyelid, and then a little bit in the crease. And then I put, you know, a shimmer on the lid, eyeliner, mascara, call it a day. But, you know, there are so many colors out there that if you follow that formula, you can create some really crazy, not crazy, but like just out of the box thinking kind of looks. Okay? Like I said the other day, I did the ColourPop, the blue moon, is that what it's called? Their blue palette, okay? And I used like 4 shades of blue and there were some dark shades in there. But again, you follow the same formula and that's what you create. So I'm just going into this one over and over. I'm literally just kind of like rolling it around. I kind of deposit on the outside because that's kind of the largest space anyways, because it is going a bit on your lid. And then it has to kind of go all along this way. I'm not really doing a halo eye or anything like that. Don't really kind of do that very often. Or like much. I think I've done it like once. And this is a thing where it's like you want to make sure that it's as even as it can be. And that's pretty good. And this is a Sephora crease brush. I've never been able to find this again there. Okay. That was part of a set I bought a while ago. I'll brush this guy off. This is a Morphe M433. Not a huge Morphe fan. Another one that I don't actually buy all too often or very much. Going into this guy here. This one is called How Rouge. How Rouge. Is that supposed to be like How Rude? It's got a little bit of sparkle in it. It's not a shimmer. It's got legit like sparkle in it. So you gotta be careful with these ones because that sparkle can just fall right to your cheek. That's essentially what's gonna happen there. Yeah, just to deepen that up a little bit. So I'm literally just like tapping it. This is all I'm doing. I'm going like, I'm press. Because if you swirl these mats, the sparkle will just go everywhere. First off, lightly tap it off, but I do need, you know, I do need the product there. ColourPop, if you have not tried anything from them, please do. I don't know if they're still shipping and doing things. I know they're not creating a new product right now because, you know, everything that's going on. But, you know, when everything goes back to normal, give them a shot. These things were like $10. They're some of the best eyeshadows. Okay? No word of a lie. It is great. Sorry, everybody. Of course, I have an eyelash right there. Okay. I like that. Let me just look now. Not just for the sake of trying to go fast, but... Now is a dilemma. Which one to go into with the shimmers. When it comes to shimmers and ColourPop, you have to use your finger. There's just no way around it. I just want to see Enamored and Blossom Up. Not there. Enamored, Blossom Up. Yeah, it's a blossom all over the lid. And me, I always fat finger it, and then I always have sparkle all over my face. I'm just like literally tipping my head back like I have a nosebleed. Oh, why did I even say that? It's been so long since I've had one. I feel like now I'm gonna give myself one. What I love about these monochromatic palettes that they do is that like you could just interchange any of these colors and they work. I could have put any of the other shimmers on there. I could have put a matte. I could have put anything and they'll work. I don't want to say they're foolproof, but they're great for beginners. Great. I want to bring that up just a bit because I have really hooded eyes, and so like you see how it's like my eyelid and then it's just like white like my skin behind. You gotta bring up the shimmer the tiniest bit on your finger, and just I'm gonna put it like right there to give a false sense of like lid. Yeah, see, you just gotta bring it up. I'm always like, no, not so high. Oh my god, people can see my eyeshadow. People should see your eyeshadow. Right? It's one of those things. It's like you want to kind of do those things, but you don't want to be seen. Weird. We're weird as humans, I just want to say. And now I'm going to Enamored, which is right here. It's just on my ring finger because I want to be really careful. And of course, that doesn't have a mirror, so I gotta go into here and do the alien face. And then, thing I never do, but I'm doing it now because I want to make sure I don't mess up because it's, you know, YouTube video. Use your other hand. Every time I'm like, nah, just use the same finger. I can just do it. Nope. No, you can't. So stop. And there we go. We'll clean that up a bit. Do I want to go underneath with it? Maybe. This is the Sephora Pro Shader Brush. Looks like that. Love these ones for under the eye. I don't go crazy with things under the eye. I'm going back to cheek, my transition shade, just for like a little something under here. I'm gonna get that brush up and just blend that a little bit more. I always find that my mistake is that, especially when it comes to eyeshadow, it's going down. Because again, it's one of those, like, I don't want it to be too high. I don't want it to be too ostentatious. But it's gotta go this way. So it can have a lifted kind of feel. Because if you saw as I'm going there, the eyeshadow was like down here. So you have to come in here and just make sure it's blending this way. You need to just go like this and just go up. And again, I'm being really light. But see how that really did just kind of help. And then it's not matching there, and I'll match it there, and there we go. Brows are a thing. A legit thing. I have pretty thick brows. People are like, oh, I spent 20 minutes on my brows. I'm like, what in all, or what are you talking? How would you take that long to do your brows? But again, if you don't have thick brows, then what are you gonna do, right? So as you can see, like they're really thick, and then they kind of, and they're in no way even. They have not been even since I was like 14. Because I tried to fix them one day and they didn't grow back right, and I don't even know. So just give me a minute. I literally don't do anything except just fill it in. I'm not carving anything. I'm not putting like concealer under it and being all like extra about it. I'm just being totally just filling them in. Because I do just need that right around this area. It's already pretty straight, so. Oh, and I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I really liked the Anastasia one, but it's like $28, and not that this one was cheap, but it wasn't $28. I think it was like 18 something. And this I actually have gone through. I have gone through one of these, believe it or not. Because I never really ever did anything to my brows. I was like, no, who cares? They're like brows, whatever. But they changed. They changed the whole look. Again, if you don't want to go thick, that whole carved big insane, sorry, I call it insane, that eyebrow. I like a thin eyebrow. Not like crazy thin, like tattooed, like, you know, those line eyebrows, but like this style, right? That's all. I'm not worried about, oh, you know, follow the this and the what. No. Okay. Eyeliner. Oh, this one was always fun for everybody over 35. This is the fun part. What am I gonna use? I'm gonna use the Tarte. It's like Kitten. It's got a little cat on top. Cutie. My wing, well, it depends on how much sleep I got that day. So I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I keep them really small. I can't because I do have a lot of folds under my eye. So it literally can only go as far as that first fold. I can't like have one up to here. I could if it was out here, but you don't want to go like straight out. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but it brings your face down. You want everything kind of lifted. So I'd rather a small little baby wing, but they're up. Okay, and you always just kind of take it and you flick up, and that only goes so far, and then you draw it. And I try not to pull, because that will just like distort everything, but you have to do something. So there is my eyeliner. Did an okay job today. I think I was a bit too ambitious with that liner. Probably tried to do like a little bit more than I could. Again, I'm trying to do it the way I've seen people do it, and it's like, after me, I've been using like gel pencils and things always and always, but I like the definition that it gives. But again, once I put the mascara on, kind of like all comes together. And I'm using the Unlimited mascara by L'Oreal, my absolute diehard go-to. I have a bajillion mascaras, but when it comes to what I use every single day, I don't know, this one just can't be beat, at least for me. This one is probably there's one thing I have is eyelashes. I don't feel the need to wear falsies. I've put them on a couple of times and they look great on people, but I am not the greatest at putting them on. And I'm just petrified that they're gonna fall off at like the most inopportune moment, because that would be a thing. Don't you love when you're just like covered in makeup for like the rest of the day? And then let's put on the Rimmel, what is this called? Lasting Finish Lipstick. Why did I even like, I think I bought it online. I bought it online from Shoppers and it was on sale. It smells great. Okay, that is a lot more lighter than I thought that it would be. I'm just gonna put something a little bit more pinky on top. Picked up a Wet n Wild Dark Pink Frost. Let's see if this changes it. nice color, but doesn't match the eyes. So I'm back, ready to try something else. So I have here the Physicians Formula new Rose Kiss All Day Velvet Lip Color. This one is in Rose Kiss, which may work. Oh, they smell like rose. I love the smell of rose. Even like this fake smell of rose. Okay, like that is really light. That might do it. Let's try this guy. Better. Velvet tone. Yes. That is better. Do I dare put a little bit of this in the center? Didn't do much. Shocker. Here. That's nice. So I will do other videos in terms of like hair, but I always do my hair before I do my makeup because I can't see the full picture. Because your hair could be like the messiest little bun, and then you're doing your makeup, you're like, what is all this? Why? Like it looks, my makeup looks like crap. So I know sometimes you have to do your hair last, but if you don't have to, try to do it first. So like I have a really good straightener and I want to talk about all that kind of stuff and show it on video and how I do it. Yeah, I think that is it. I have, oh my god, I have to clean all this up. But I hope you like that, and I'll list everything down below that I used, and let me know if you've used this stuff, if you like it, yeah, and your thoughts. Hope to do one of these again and maybe do a little bit more of an adventurous kind of eye look. But I think all the tones kind of came together, and it's a nice look here. Now I can go on and do my teaching and record a couple videos for that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.